This started off with a piece of green styrofoam, just like this. And you can cut it into any shape you want to. These are like brownies and pieces of cake. This reminds me of like a fudge cake.
That's a little tiny piece.
A little tiny piece of fudge, a loaf pan. And all this is hot glue that's just been melted at about 200 degrees. Normally in the South, we used a skillet to fry country fried steak or something before we learned it was killing us. So now I've just used mine for glue. That way when you have a craving to put some grease in there and fry something, you've got a mess because you got some glue in there. And you can usually find these at a yard sale. You can find an old one because it need not be, a brand new one unless you just want to have a glue pan, which is great. And then this is just a regular paddle. You'd use it with paint. And you just kind of ice it just like you would. And by all means,
where is your pan of water?
You need a pan of water with some ice because you could fry. I've still got a boo-boo left from an accident with this. It's like molten lava, and you will not even be thinking of chocolate cake or anything else except crying. And then when it dries, you see it runs down just like chocolate.
You're making me nervous with this. Are you finished? Yeah, I think so. Before you stick your hole.
You forgot to get the water for me. So
I know.
So once you get it to this point, you have to take a special kind of spray paint. This is the kind of spray paint that you get at your arts and crafts department stores or at florist shops. It's made for flowers and stuff like that. Regular paint will eat through the styrofoam.
I'm melting.
Just like the Wicked Witch of the West. So the colors are milk chocolate, which I thought was appropriate, and glossy satin. Now the reason I use the wood tone kind of glossy satin is because it gives a little touch of sheen to the chocolate, the milk chocolate. So I spray this on first, several coats, make sure it's all totally covered. And a good way to do that is take a floral stick, put it on there, and that way you can twist and turn after and a glove, unless you like the idea of a brown chocolate.
You also need to get a good distance away from your vehicles if you're going to do it outside. We encountered that once too. I think that's the night we melted Venus or Mars or one of those planets.
I thought that little
we
brown stripe gave a little touch of
right.
So once you finish with that and that gets totally dry, you're ready to do all your adornment to the top to make it look really real. To get these little slick lines like this, you can use t-shirt paint, just a white and a chocolate colored t-shirt paint. You got a lot of control with this. But if you want to do something that looks exactly like decorator cake icing, you can use these tubes of textured paint. It's made for doing textured on walls and stuff like that. I looked at that and saw piped icing. This is actually a decorator tip, just like you would use for a cake, a disposable decorator bag. But this gives you the exact look of piping. Look at that. But is that not cool? And that keeps its shape. It's stiff textured paint, so when it dries, it looks exactly like that. Okay. Here's a close-up of the white. It looks just like decorator cake icing that's holding the cherry. So once you get all your little adornments on, then you go to the fruit section. Not the real fruit section, but just the fruit section. And get cherries and strawberries. And it's critical for your stuff to look real that you pick fruit that's absolutely, totally realistic. And if you want to dip this in chocolate, like have a chocolate-covered strawberry, you can just dredge this through your frying pan full of glue, sit it somewhere, and then go back and hand paint that part chocolate. Kind of like I did with these with white. Gives you a little touch of icing on top of them. All right. Oh, see now, if you're going to somebody's house, you're like, hi, ring the doorbell. Then here's one I actually put into a bakery box so y'all can get the feel of how realistic that is.
Oh yeah, right here.
That does look realistic. Look at the size. So you can do big cakes by using the round 8-inch styrofoam forms like this, 2 layers just like a cake.
Whoops.
Ice it. And look at that chocolate. Check it out. I feel like I'm in a bakery.
That's right.
Faux cakes. You can do it with just stuff at your local stores and fool all of your family and friends.